Good morning. Hello. I didn't sleep. I slept for I don't know, like 5 hours, 6 hours. So that's more than I slept yesterday before I canceled stream yesterday. Listen, my absolutely horrendous periods are back, which is a crime. Um, Listen, I love that. Juliana, welcome. Um, I was literally up like crying because it hurt so much. And Phoebe was being wonderful and very sweet. And I was like, this is it. This is how I die. So that's where I'm at. I did make my little breakfast. I've stopped making at home coffee because there's something in coffee at home that's like hurting my stomach so much. And I can't figure it out because when I order coffee out, my stomach isn't hurting, so it's not the caffeine. Because the coffee I'm getting out and about has more caffeine than what I have now at home. Um, it's not the chai or the oat milk because that's also in the coffee that I order like out. So it's either the creamer or the sweetener. So, which is bonkers because the ingredients in those things I have in other things. I don't know because the coffee I'm ordering out and about is white coffee, which is like way more acidic than the coffee I'm making at home, which is just blonde. Because I'm getting white coffee out, which is even more acidic than blonde. So it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I have no idea. And Phoebe, who worked at Starbucks, is like, in theory, the coffee you're ordering out is way worse than the like very low key stuff we're putting in coffee at home. Also, to be clear, when I make it at home, there's barely any coffee in it. Ooh, the best one I feel like is I think it's called So Cheesy. It's the blue box. I guess that's true, but I feel like typically it's like ones that have the most acid, and white coffee, which is what I order at Dutch Bros, has more acid than blonde. So like I don't understand. Anyway, so I'm not making home coffee. I'm just drinking water. And that's where I'm at. Good morning. But, probably casserole. I don't know many like queer people who drink black coffee. I actually don't know any. Just spitballing, not a coffee doctor. It could be the creamer, but that would be bonkers because I've been using it like for a year. My spouse is queer and drinks black coffee, but not me. It kind of makes my tummy hurt, but I love it so much. No, literally. I was like, okay, so sounds like I have to buy coffee every day. So true, Crown Bad Boy. We went to brunch this was like 2 months ago. And we took like dad went with us and he ordered black coffee at the restaurant and we were like, "Oh, Mr. Big Man with his black coffee." And then he was like, "I literally drink black coffee every day. You guys just don't pay attention." But we thought he just didn't want to inconvenience the waitress, and so he was trying to be a cool guy and order black coffee. That's what I was thinking, May. Like that's the only thing, because if it's the sweetener, like the Tirani syrup, there's only like one pump of it in my home coffee. So, like, how could that be enough to upset me? I'm really into the toasted marshmallow right now. I also have pumpkin pie, and it also fucks. Black coffee, yes. Like, it makes me feel like, I don't know. I don't have a gallbladder. So, oh yeah, I make everything. I make all of our cold brew with filtered water. I don't really do anything with unfiltered water except shower. I like water the plants. I do everything with like going through a filter first. That makes sense. That makes sense, except again, I've been using it for a year. What do you mean I can't drink from the Willamette? Oh my so god. We've also been watching Love is Blind, as some people saw, I'm sure, on Instagram. So that unintentionally has become our hyperfixation for this month. I have no idea. This sex cycle. We started the second season. Hang on. We started the second season. We're a little more than halfway through the second season, which is annoying because you start the second season and there's way more people. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, we're going to get way more people to watch. No. They just were more options. And two of them were fat women. And neither of them talk. You don't even see them talk to anyone. It was rude. Also, like, no, but we didn't watch any of the reunions paper. We watched the first part, like, the first, like, hour of the season 1 reunion. And other than one moment where the girlie who looks like Jenna Marbles kind of yelled at Jessica, the rest of it was so boring. So we're not watching any of the reunions, I don't think. Which, like, when we watched Sister Wives, we didn't watch every single season. At the end of the season, they have, like, a recap. And they, like, have all the parents sit and watch, like, moments from this season and, like, react to it. And every time, we watched the first two, and they were so boring. Because it was just seeing things we'd already seen, and then seeing them be like, yep, that happened. And that was kind of it. And I was like, okay, so this isn't interesting. Afterthought, that's what Phoebe was saying. That they don't get any sleep, which makes sense because that's exactly what they do in The Bachelor. Is they don't let people sleep. And they don't let people, like, they do let them drink too much. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like the people who were, like, kind of unhinged would still be that way if you let everybody sleep. You know? Or at least drink less. I definitely get, like, obviously when you're on, like, a show, you're working. You're not going to be able to sleep as much as you want. But apparently there's no windows in the studio and they were losing track of time. / days. Yeah, no. Yeah, at least in The Bachelor they have windows. I also heard that they like crashed Netflix's like live. Like it wasn't able to run because so many people were trying to watch the live show. So, very interesting. They have to pay $50K if they leave early. That's bonkers. I know they don't win anything at the end of the show. I mean, like, I guess they do get their wedding paid for. When I Googled it, and I didn't want, like, spoilers, but I know that it was saying, like, basically everybody has X amount to spend on their wedding. And, like, if they go over that X amount, then they have to pay. Which, like, it is your wedding, so I guess I get that. Except that, like, I don't know. Why would they make them? It's also, they keep being like, and now we'll find out if love is truly blind. And it's like, that's not what you're finding out. What you're finding out is if we stick people in rooms where they have no access to their family or anyone else, to if they become obsessed with the one person that they connect with. Like, that's the experiment. If you really wanted to see if love is blind, they would spend a year only having dates in those pods and still being able to leave and go see their family and talk to their family about these relationships and sleep, and that's a show I would watch. I mean, I'm watching this one too, so I guess I can't say anything. We're finding out that hot people are attracted to other hot people. Right. I do appreciate that, like, while everyone I do think is, like, for the most part good looking, it's just that, like, they're, like, better looking average people. I would watch a show that's just a long distance relationship. Squid Games. Only the best couples survive. No, literally. Yeah. I don't know. Lauren and Cameron were the only ones that I really liked, and they're still together. Amber and Barnett are still together, which is shocking to me from the first season. The only thing is, like, I need y'all to know, anyone who's actually watched the show, and I'm sorry to the people who love Jenna Marbles, but she looks just like Jenna Marbles. They look like twins to me because I didn't watch Jenna Marbles. So it's just like the idea of her. Especially when we did watch the reunion and she had dyed her hair blonde. I feel like after humanity being around for so long, we already know that love isn't blind. It's just, and lust is a hell of a drug. Yeah. We're halfway through season 2 right now. So Shane, that's the other thing is, like, other than Jessica in the first season, I didn't think anybody was, like, the worst. I was just like, like, it seems like these people aren't their best selves. You know, like, right now we're watching season 2, and I don't think Shane is, like, the worst person in the world. Now, would I have picked him? No. Do I think Natalie could do better? Yeah. And I don't know if they end up together. I don't know if they're still together. Whatever. Because we're not done with the season yet. But, like, he's annoying. But, like, I don't think I don't know. Like, most of them, it's not like I look at them and I'm like, I'm going to push you in front of a bus. You know what I mean? Like, they all just seem like regular people who are, like, not sleeping enough and not making good decisions. Except for in season 2, Shake, the entire, like, first 2 episodes, all he's doing is asking girls questions to try and figure out if they're fat. Because he's fat phobic. Like, loudly. And I know that, like, he kind of has a redemption arc or whatever. I don't feel like he does. I don't care about him. People who are sleep deprived, given no food, given unlimited alcohol, don't make good decisions. Yeah. Like, It was just I'm my best self when I'm hungry and sleep deprived. Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, I like Iana. She's really cute. She's very small. I want to hold her in my little hand. Um, but yeah, everyone else like I don't know. I'm not finished with season 2, so I'll just start talk about season 1, I guess. But like Barnett in season 1, uh both Jessica, who was the worst, and Nick Lachey, the host, were like, Barnett, you were like, oh, I'm into all these girls. How am I juggling them? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, he's not a bad guy for dating multiple people as they are supposed to, and then being into multiple people as they are supposed to. Now, I do think it's crazy that he was like, I would propose to you tomorrow to one girl, and then the next day he was like, just kidding. But again, like, you would not be making your best decisions. You can't be a good partner in any of these conditions. We are just the first season, because I'm only halfway through the second season. Nick and Vanessa is a choice, especially because, like, I don't know about people older than me, but as, like, a younger millennial, all I know about Nick Lachey is that he was married to Jessica Simpson and that they broke up, and that he used to be in a band that I think only had one album. And so, like, he's not really famous. I'll tell you who is: Jessica Simpson. He was very verbally abusive to her on their show. I didn't know they had a show. Oh, no. He was also on The Masked Singer. She's Barbie and he's just a guy. But is she Barbie? Because she just kind of seems like another pretty girl, and that's fine. I don't know a lot about the whole thing. Well, to be fair, I don't know that much about Jessica Simpson either, other than she's very beautiful. And she said that thing, like, is it chicken or is it fish? And then they ran a whole, like, campaign about it. About Chicken of the Sea. And people were like, she's so stupid. And I remember being a kid and being like, that's a fair question because it's called Chicken of the Sea. I did not watch Newlyweds. I'm trying to think of, like, yeah, we're talking about Love is Blind. I'm trying to think of, like, who I think would be a good host for the show. What I want is people who are in, like, they should have Lauren and Cameron host the show. Hello, we're talking about Love is Blind, the first season. Like, or, I mean, they could have, like, a successful couple from, like, the Bachelor franchise, probably. Like, they should have someone who's been through similar experiences host the show. I also feel like, though, as someone who is, like, just recently kind of getting into The Bachelor, that they should have either a woman host The Bachelor and Bachelorette all the time, or they should switch and have, like, a man host The Bachelor and a woman host The Bachelorette. Because, like, every time there's a Bachelorette, and we're, like, watching old ones, so it's still Chris Harrison and the ones that we're watching, but, like, Chris Harrison just doesn't fucking get it. And I wish that there was a girly who, like, I wish that they would have one of the old Bachelorettes just host the show now. The Ultimatum by Nick and Vanessa is absolutely insane concept, and now there's an all-queer version. Oh, no. People keep saying they're super annoying at reunions. We're not watching the reunions. So... What's the concept? I'm worried. Now I'm nervous. It sounds like The Ultimatum sounds like the name of a book. Andy Cohen on the Love is Blind reunions. What is The Ultimatum? Let me see. Nick and Vanessa. The Ultimatum. Marry or move on. Oh, is this a different reality show? Either get married or I'm leaving. Hey, why do you need a TV show for that? Hey, and like, I don't think that's not something to broadcast. Now, I do feel right. No, real Carly. Like, I am someone who always wanted to get married, made it very known to like everyone that I have ever dated. If it's important to you to get married, then you date someone who's like, I don't know if I ever want to get married. That's not fair to either of you. Like, there's a bit in Mike Birbiglia's stand-up, where he doesn't like, he's in this relationship where he's not unhappy, but he's not very happy. And then his girlfriend is like, are we gonna get married? And he's like, yeah, of course. And then he proposes because he's like, he feels like he has to. And basically, and then they just like never plan a wedding. And she comes home one day and she says like, if you're not gonna marry me, I need to find someone who will. And I do like the way that he tells the story because I don't think it makes her out to be the bad guy at all. And that's how it should be, because if you don't want to get married, then don't be with someone who does want to, and vice versa. Just like, it's fine if you're a person who doesn't want to get married, but I don't think it's fair to date someone who has expressed that they want to, and vice versa. How many people shit on polyamory than watch The Bachelor, Bachelorette? That's so true. Also, like, I would be really interested to see, like, it's like they hate money. I don't know why they don't pick bachelor and bachelorettes who are into polyamory, or who are at least open to it. Because, like, when I watched, like, the most recent season of Zach, I really liked him. I thought he was a really good bachelor. I had no idea who he was going to pick. And I was like, how are they going to do this? But it would be so interesting if, or if some of them were bisexual. Like, think of the drama. Think of, it would be a free twist that would get headlines, literally. Nick and Vanessa live in or from your hometown? In Ohio? Are they not from LA? So y'all cool with this? Oh, okay. Right, that's all it is. I guess that's not all it is, though, because in The Bachelor, they are looking for, like, the one. And I feel like if people try to compare it to polyamory, then they will just say, like, people who are polyamorous are only polyamorous until they find the one. And that's not what it is, you know? I do think we're probably, like, I don't know. I bet Sister Wives set us back. I bet if Sister Wives hadn't happened, we would already have a reality show about, like, a polyamorous, like, blended family situation. But they do not describe themselves as polyamorous. They do plural marriage, which they don't anymore. But that's different. You know what I mean? He pulled everything back. They do whatever it is that they do. So true, bestie. I think it happened on a different country's Bachelor. Yes, it was, I think, either Australian or maybe Korean? Vietnam? Going to ruin everything nice ever for everyone. So true. Oh my god. Yeah. Listen, and after that, I can't imagine. I don't know why they wouldn't be like, let's put more bisexual women on The Bachelorette. Or, like, if they had a show where there's, like, a bachelorette, right? And then instead of, like, 25 guys, it's, like, 12 girls and 12 guys. And, like, you know, whichever side everybody wants to be on. Let's put more bisexual women everywhere. One non-binary person. They have to represent everyone. To round out the numbers. Imagine being, like, the one non-binary person on the show. I've heard that the Tila Tequila person had a show that was similar to this. I didn't watch MTV growing up, though. One aromantic person for the drama. Yeah, sometimes it's like that. There's a season of Are You the One where everyone is bi? The plot twist, it was Vietnam and Australia. It's happened twice. No. Squid Ink. I was spreading info, not misinfo. Love is bi. So true. I also, in season 1, they had a really big, like, reveal of one of the characters, one of the contestants being like, I'm bisexual, I've dated men in the past, but, like, I want to marry a woman and be a husband. And, like, I'm not here to speak on his journey or how he wants to identify or whatever. But I was like, other than that, he had, like, horrible rancid vibes the whole time. And I was like, so they've picked one bisexual man and they've put him in horrible conditions to make him the worst version of himself. And now everyone in America is going to be like, see? Bi people are bad and annoying. And I was like, he's going through something. And I wish all of them happiness in therapy. But I was like, no, literally, Pinless. That's basically like what everyone is doing. Two men from The Bachelor? Not that I know of. One of the old bachelors came out as gay. But I don't think he's dating another bachelor. Although I haven't seen his season. I don't even remember which one he is. But I don't know. Yeah. The girl did. Not immediately. It was like the next day when they got in like a big fight about it. And basically, like, per usual, when something like this happens on TV, she was like, how am I supposed to know you won't, like, leave me for some man? Like, how am I gonna know that, like, you really want me? Da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, now, in the reunion, I did watch the two of them talk, and it seemed like they were doing okay. Like, they were trying to be friends. Both of them got, like, really horribly mean comments from people arguing online. And I was like, again, these people are not the best versions of themselves on this show because they're not letting them sleep. They're not feeding them enough. They're just giving them alcohol. So, like, you're going to be the worst version of yourself, which is what they want because it's, you know, good TV, I guess. The last two should fist fight to win the hearts of the Bachelorette. All the people that got voted out. Is that what they do on Survivor? The people who are already out vote on the winner? I've never watched Survivor. The only thing I know... Love is sleep deprived. The only thing I know about Survivor is that one clip that goes around TikTok where one person outed another for being trans. And it's just because I'm on, you know, like, queer TikTok. So it's people being like, can't believe this happened. That was insane and rude. People voted off past a certain point, go on a jury and vote for the winner based on the final three. I think that man should face the death penalty. Hopefully he didn't win. I don't even know what season it is. Here's the thing about Survivor that has not seemed, is not appealing to me, is I don't want to, anytime, the reason I can't get into Lost is because when I'm consuming media, because I'm a Leo, I'm like, what would I do in this situation? That guy got removed immediately. Okay, cool. Like, you know, I'm watching Love is Blind. I'm like, would I have picked this person? Would I have said yes at the aisle? You know, that's what I'm doing. And when I'm watching something like Survivor, how do I say this? If they came to my house right now and said, you have to go on Survivor or die, I'll let you know I'm not going on Survivor. And that would be the choice I would be making. So I can't get into it because I'm like, I wouldn't do this. When it comes to surviving or not surviving, I'm not surviving. Survivor? No, thank you. Which is why I can't get into Lost, because Phoebe loves Lost, and I can't watch it because I'm like, can't relate. I'd be out. I will, for someone who actually posted on my story yesterday about how, like, I rarely, like, DNF books, which is, like, do not finish. Like, I rarely stop reading a book I'm not enjoying because I want to get to the end before I can, like, actually criticize it. I feel like I need to completely consume it before I can really have an opinion. And I'm trying to be better about that because, like, if I'm not enjoying it, there's no reason to keep reading it. But anyway, I don't know if you would use the same acronym, but I DNF shows all the time. Community, once Donald Glover left, I haven't seen a single episode after that. I was like, okay, so no point then. I drop out of shows all the time. The Family Game taught me that I need to DNF books. You might like it, Arm. Basically, like, here's the other thing. Sorry to all the people who don't like ACOTAR. I'm sorry. But I'm still coming off of the high of reading it. And so, like, I feel like it's set a new caliber. And it's just because it's the first fantasy thing I've ever read, and there's, like, a lot of lore. So, anyway. And I also, the reason I bought Brothers is because I loved Seed, which is her other book. I think I gave it 5 stars. Maybe not. I think I gave it 4.5. It was very descriptive of the stuff that happens in it. So, yeah. Unless the show just goes on forever, I have to finish it or my brain can't move on. I've never watched Shameless. And it's like people love it. I had no idea it was like so popular. Very similar to Gilmore Girls. I need you to know that, like, growing up, none of my friends and I did not watch Gilmore Girls. And then I feel like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, everyone was like, well, yeah, because I love Gilmore Girls. I watch it every year. And I'm like, who? Was there more than one season of Gilmore Girls? And they're like, yeah, there's like 19 seasons. And I'm like, okay, so who was watching it? Because none of us were. Oh, I'm definitely going to read it. The problem is what I want is a hardback copy to go with the hardback sequel. I need to just buy it online somewhere, probably. But I keep going to bookstores looking for the hardcover, and they only have the paperback. I cannot decide to watch it. No, that's so fair. I didn't really watch Gilmore Girls. I'm trying to think what else was, like, popular, and I was like, who's watching this? I never watched The Walking Dead, but I did know people who watched it, so it made sense to me that it kept going for so long. And I wasn't watching Lost, but I did know people who were watching it. I'm trying to think of shows where I was like, who's still watching this? 2.5 Men, after Charlie Sheen left, it still went on for so long. Who was watching it? Who was still watching 2.5 Men when it was Ashton Kutcher? That's like one of the 2.5 men. Yeah, Ashton Kutcher. I think Ashton Kutcher technically joined before Charlie Sheen left, I think. But it went on for like 3 more seasons. And I was like, who is still watching this? I didn't watch Charmed. I knew a couple people who watched it, though. I didn't watch Buffy, but I did know people who were watching it, or who did watch it. I was a Heroes girly. How many seasons of Heroes are there? We're almost done with House. It's what we picked for our last cycle's hyperfixation, but the problem is we're on the last season, and it's so boring. But I want to get to the end. My mom loves Big Bang Theory and the Young Sheldon show. I really liked Big Bang Theory when it was brand new. I thought it was like the peak of comedy. It's not how I feel now. I feel like it's a show. It's like the first show where there was like a lot of like adult jokes that I was like really getting. Because when did it come out? Like 2006? Maybe 2009? 2007. Till 2019. There's 12 seasons. Another mom show. It's absolutely a mom show. And I don't, if you're a mom who watches it, I don't think you're a bad person. It's just, I stopped watching it for me because it became really predictable. And I wasn't that interested. Listen, I'm happy for the people who are into Grey's Anatomy. I cannot imagine liking a show enough to watch, 18 seasons of it. That's fair. I can never get behind Rick and Morty, and no one can make me. I say mom show because the only people I knew watching those show were moms. No, I also feel like mom show means, you're a kid who's watching it with your mom. I love the first few seasons of Grey's, and then I get bored. I never saw Nurse Jackie. I don't know how it kept going for so long. I love Chicago Med. The medical knowledge is trash and inaccurate, but it's my guilty pleasure. I still watch Grey's, and I'm not sure why. It's still going, right? There's, still new episodes? I honestly don't like Grey's Anatomy, but I've seen every episode. Every week I'm like, why? The Good Doctor, I remember when it started. Is it still going on? I remember the commercial being like, he's a doctor, but he's so young, and he has autism. Isn't that crazy? And I was like, oh, okay. It started in 2017. There's 5 seasons. It's still going on. He's dying from autism. I would like the sequel, The Bad Doctor. Just someone shrugging while everyone is dying. Isn't The Bad Doctor just House? That's so much. I know about Penny Dreadful. I never watched it. House is a good doctor, though. Like he's a good problem solver. He's a bad doctor, I guess. He's not very... He doesn't have a lot of bedside manner, that guy. Yeah, we have 7 episodes left in the whole series, and we still haven't finished it. The Mindy Project, I also feel went on for so long. The Bad Doctor, a documentary about the United States. I watched Mindy Project.
Guess who has health insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna cry?
I might.
You can come sit with us?
Sure.
We're talking about shows that we don't understand how they went on because who was watching them.
The Simpsons.
Oh, that's true. The Good Doctor is what someone said.
Oh,
and they said, I watch it. I remember feeling annoyed at the ending too, but we haven't gotten there yet, and I don't remember.
Of what house?
Yeah, we still have 7 episodes left. House is a house, but not a home.
I was so scared they weren't going to give me health insurance.
I'm glad they did.
She said, how much money have you made in terms of, a lump sum? Because you do monthly payments.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have to say, your lump sum amount. So I had to say $9,000. And I was like, she's not going to give me health insurance. But maybe she knows we owe $8,000 to the federal government.
I know. Were you on the phone?
I was.
Nice.
For a full hour.
That makes more sense.
They kept on moving me over. Well, because I tried to do it on the computer, and they wouldn't let me.
Nice.
Hello, darlings.
Big Bang Theory went on for a long time.
I
do think The Simpsons is a good... It's still going on, right?
Oh, my God.
Who's watching the new episodes?
It did Pendlas, which is great. But, oh, my God. A Big Bang Theory? That's not still happening.
No. Big Bang Theory ended in 2019.
Oh,
but
okay.
it should have ended in 20... I don't know. I stopped watching it in like.
Family Guy was never good.
It started in 2007. I probably stopped watching it in like 2008, 2009.
Freddie Highmore's so old now.
But he still looks really young.
His eyebrows are so much. I love them.
And I love him.
We've all seen August Rush, I'm sure.
Yeah. The first person I ever like really dated kind of looked like Freddie Highmore.
I don't trust him.
He does look. How old is he now?
89.
I would believe it. He's an English actor. He's English. He's 31. It's actually not that old. I didn't realize he was actually that young.
Princess Pie, we do owe 8. Well, okay, so we owe $2,000 to the state and then $6,000 to the IRS. But I just made our IRS account so that I can sign on and pay it, which is great.
This morning. Already, it's only $9.51.
I think the other thing is that we had credit card debt and also like ongoing rent and such. So while we have had $9,000 that we've been paid from brands, we don't have $9,000.
No,
we do not.
Not really.
That doesn't.
We've spent it.
It's gone. You know what I mean?
Also, we haven't bought anything.
Nothing. We've definitely bought things, but we haven't bought anything bonkers.
I would say the most bonkers thing is the trampoline, and it was $150.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, we paid off almost all of our credit card debt, which is great.
Yeah.
The only credit card debt that we have left is like really, really low interest, and it's like right around $1,000, which is not, like that's fine.
The government doesn't understand.
Oh
Don't they
God.
understand that we don't have any money?
Oh my so God.
Listen, we always have things that we're paying on, and then we also just had Kyle visit, and we're about to go on vacation to see my best friend.
Yeah.
Although,
the nice thing is that we're not paying for hotels or anything.
Yeah, we're not paying for hotels, and we're not.
And I paid off our tickets, and our tickets were only like $400 each. They weren't anything crazy. That's the most expensive.
Not even.
Thing
I think they were like $360, but
only
only because we stayed on top of it.
Yeah.
Only because
of luck.
I was gonna say because we make our own hours, and so every time we weren't here, I was like, I cannot pay $600 a ticket.
Oh my God.
And so we finally found one leaving from Seattle, so we have to drive to Seattle at like midnight.
I don't know if Kyle's here right now, but
I don't think he's so.
We were talking about how they had. Thank you so much, Kaya. We were talking about people on Reddit are like super fucking mean to Kyle for no good reason. It's very stressful. People aren't mean to us on there we've seen it once and we don't look now. But there's not like I don't think there's like a snark page for like
if you ever see
influencers.
Yeah, if you ever see people making fun of us on Reddit, don't tell us.
We don't want to know. But people had said shitty things because Kyle had a very serious grease fire happen where their husband had fourth degree, I don't even know, burns down his arm and was unable to work. So anyway, they had a GoFundMe for $20,000 and cut it off at $9,000 because they thought that they were gonna have health insurance cover things that they didn't think they're gonna have. Anyway.
Yeah, they basically thought they weren't going to have health insurance cover it, and then it turns out they are going to cover part of it. So
which has been great.
They didn't need $20,000, but their husband was out of work for 2 months, which is money that they're losing.
Anyway,
and it's also super fucking expensive.
And y'all understand, but anyway, somebody anonymously asked my friends and I were curious about the $20,000 GoFundMe, where did that money go? As if Kyle still has the $9,000.
As if they were let me just put this in my pocket.
They're just stealing money from people who I don't know, very, very, very strange, weird behavior. But if you've ever been through trauma or had a serious medical something stressful happen, you know that it's not just the medical debt.
Right.
It's the you being out of work for a period of time.
You being unable to use your kitchen because it is
traumatic.
It's on fire.
And on fire and
so you have
hotel
to order
rooms food. And there are all these other things, I don't know, I feel people love to be the kind of shit where they're oh, well, your insurance or your apartment insurance should pay, reimburse you for the hotel room. And it's
they
no.
don't, though.
You have to call, you have to be on the phone
it's super,
for 8
the only
hours.
reason, we had a fire at my apartment right before Phoebe moved in. And the
It was the
only
apartment
reason
above.
Yes, the only reason anything got done is because we had a roommate who was a bitch, but sometimes it worked in our favor because she was a bitch to the insurance people.
Yes.
And so they were like, well, it's not, like, since it was not really your fire, it was the apartment above you. What happened is the apartment above us caught on fire. Their sprinklers started going. As their sprinklers went, it flooded our apartment on the second floor. So we had a flood on our second floor apartment. And we couldn't be in it for like a month. So I had to live in a hotel for like a month.
Yeah.
And so did my other roommates.
It was bonkers.
And the only reason that we could do any of that is because, one, our roommate who was rude had like a really high credit card limit. So she put everything on her credit card.
Yes. And then she made it her full-time job to get that money out of people.
To get that money back from insurance.
Some people have the anger and the rage and the piss and the vinegar within them to do, which is great. But people don't, I mean, unless you can literally... like the emotional energy to
Kyle
do that.
Kyle is lovely. I really think
Kyle's so lovely. It's because they started on the internet when they were so young. Mm-hmm. I really think is what it is. And they also,
that's what I was gonna say.
Kyle was thin when they started on the internet, and they were identifying as like a cis woman, and were like among like the Disney influencer folks. And so I think that it's because like the people who gravitated towards them initially are fatphobic and transphobic.
Yes.
And so as
that's
Kyle
it.
became an adult human being who no longer had an eating disorder and other things, like, instead of being supportive of that, people were like, ew, I'm not really into their shit anymore. And now they say terrible, terrible things about Kyle on the internet. Yeah. Which is unhinged because, like, they're so lovely.
No, stop being a three-dimensional person.
It's so fucking weird.
It's also, like the entire... Like, we talk about the pros and cons of being, like, not really... Oh, I was going to say Disney. Not really Disney adults, but people who spend time at Disney.
Yeah.
There are lots of pros and cons.
Yeah.
A huge con is that, like, a lot of the... While Disney is, like, doing a Pride Night in Disneyland or whatever, like, a huge part of the fan base, whether on purpose or not, is extremely fatphobic and extremely transphobic.
Yeah.
And so, like, when your fan base has a lot of those people still in it, and so now they've switched from regular following you to, like, hate following you, like, that sucks.
The other thing
that's why rough. Every time we have pictures of Kyle, we tag them. We're like, please go follow them and leave nice comments.
Because we want sweet people to be following Kyle.
Too many skinny, mean people are following
The other thing that's hard is that Kyle works at Harry Potter World because they live in Florida and they've worked there for years.
That's where they have been assigned
and
to
they've
work.
been trying to not work at Harry Potter World for like a million fucking years.
For like
so
the
the
last
people
2 years.
who aren't transphobic, the people who are trans positive are like, fuck them for working for J.K. Rowling, as if that's how any of this works.
Right.
As if the people who are working at Chick-fil-A just trying to be able to pay their fucking bills
and have Sundays off to spend time with their kids or whatever
is the reason why institutional homophobia and transphobia exist.
I saw that arm.
It's not fucking that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Bonkers.
Do your sins not burn?
It's literally no ethical consumption under capital. And the other thing is that, like, JK's literally not getting any money from that. Kyle's not paying JK money. And
no, JK's paying Kyle money.
And she doesn't even get money from tickets because it's the whole world. She gets money, I guess, supposedly from, like, food and beverage sales.
Yeah, it's anything.
Which Kyle doesn't work in. And Kyle's coworkers are lovely. And the people who do shows there are very talented. And, you know, oh my god, they go right to JK.
For those who go, hi, hello, insurance, my money now, please. They go, oh, right away, carry on. Exactly. It takes, like, years sometimes to get your money, like, squared away with insurance when you have, like, a major thing like that happen. Like, it's already annoying when you're, like, giving birth, and that's something you know is going to happen.
Yeah.
For the most part.
I think... Yeah.
They literally I was saying the same thing.
It's such gay people.
Like, when at least we haven't been to Chick-fil-A here, obviously.
I've never. But I've been, I guess, once.
I used to go a lot in high school, and, like, the one by my high school, it's literally all lovely gay people who work there. And so, like, I remember when I was finding out that they're, like, outwardly homophobic and, like, putting money towards things that do mean things to gay people, I was like, that's insane because they only hire gay people.
Yeah.
To work there.
Chock full of gay. Amazing.
The theme park is the only Harry Potter thing I still want to do. Now,
It's kind of lovely.
If you,
I had a great time. Like, if I'm
it
being
was great because
honest.
we were with nice people. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. The most ethical way to do it, like Phoebe said, as far as I know, she doesn't get money from tickets. It's just
No.
stuff that you buy there.
Yeah, so like if you could like not buy merch.
So if
that'd
you
be
buy,
great.
no merch there and no butterbeers there and
Yeah.
nothing there, then like in theory she's not getting any of your money.
Yeah.
Now it is extremely fat phobic. If you're more than like a
Oh my
women's
god.
size like 14, I would say you may not be able to ride any of the rides.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Soggy cedar, that's wild. And that also makes sense.
That does make sense. Yes. They say if your waist is bigger
Over 40 inches.
than 40 inches. If any part of you is
to
bigger
be
than
clear,
40 inches.
my waist is over 40 inches.
Yeah.
They're like, you may have trouble riding our rides. It's fucking absurd. It's bonkers. And it's gotta just be, like, obviously they have more, like, thrill rides than Disney does. But Disney has thrill rides that fat people can be on because of the way that, like, the restraints work. It's clearly just that Universal is working with, like, people who make roller coasters who are cheaper, and so they don't give a shit. But, like, no one here has a dad whose waist is smaller than 40 inches.
Right.
Partially because I'm your father, and then also because that's just the size that dads are.
Yes.
Other than that.
Also, they're tall, and you can't be that tall and ride them either.
Yes.
Yeah, we won't be watching the new show. I did see, I don't know if this is true, I haven't Googled it because I don't want to give her the satisfaction of Googling her name. But I did see a TikTok where someone said that, like, the JK, like, Enterprise has lost, like, 70% of its value.
Fucking good.
I have no idea if that is true or what it means.
I posted a picture of Bob and George yesterday, and you can see the bookshelf in the background, and there was like 2 Harry Potter books that I like blurred out so people couldn't see. To me, honestly, it's important that like
Unexpected profits.
if you already own shit or like whatever, and there are things you like, I don't think that really fucking matters. I just think that like in a perfect world, it doesn't look like anyone is supporting people buying things from J.K. Rowling.
Yeah.
Right? Because she fucking sucks. Obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, my mom, like, obviously, like, as kids, like, all we did was listen to the Harry Potter books on tape. Like, those were very important.
Yeah, I don't think it's shitty of your mom to keep them.
No.
Because, like, for her, that is what it is. It's, like, memories that she had with her kids.
Which is really, really sweet.
And, like, that's why a lot of people keep them on their bookshelves, because it's, like, memories that they had as a kid.
Yeah.
Being, like, the first, like, series they got into, or...
With Jim Dale, oh, they're so good. He did a great job.
Also, they look good on a bookshelf. Now... We, first of all, wouldn't need to buy any new ones for a lot of reasons, but, like, please don't buy new ones. You could, like, thrift them if you're really looking to have them on your shelf. They're always, always, always at Goodwill.
Casper, that's how I'm feeling. Like, I think that it would just, like, make me too sick to my stomach. And honestly, like, that's heart-wrenching because fuck J.K. Rowling for taking something away from me that I really loved.
Yes, please don't throw books away. Just donate them. Give them to the library. Give them to the elementary school.
Yeah. Because then other people can buy them secondhand if it's a book that they want to read again. I think we probably will watch the movies again. We own them all on DVD and have for many years.
Yeah.
And they're like a really fun, like, also the actors, like Daniel Radcliffe is really lovely. Emma Watson's super cool. Like, those people I don't think, not that they should, hold on. We're not buying them anyway because we already own them. But, you know, I don't have ill will towards those folks, whereas JK's words are irritating to me.
Right.
Yes.
Listen, I want to build a little free library so bad. They're so cute. I drove around to some yesterday, and I did get one really interesting book.
Oh my god. It's a collection of short stories. What's it called? It's called The Vegetables Are After Us.
Dangerous Vegetables.
Yeah.
And it's like a bunch of short stories that are about vegetables like trying to take over the world and kill you. I have no idea, but I'm very excited to read little short stories.
The first one is a Ray Bradbury like short story, so I'm really excited. I think we're gonna start reading them before. That's the thing. Dan Radcliffe spoke out against Rowling, so we stand. Yeah. As we fucking should, Katie.
So did Emma, right?
What? Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe just had his baby. I didn't know he was pregnant.
That makes me happy though.
Is that true?
That baby's gonna have an annual rad.
The new John Mulaney special went up last night.
That baby's jawline's gonna be ridiculous.
April 25th.
Welcome there first. Aw. So sweet.
That's so cute. I didn't know he had a GF.
It's a secret baby. Oh, they're cute.
He's so small.
I love him. Yeah, he's like 2 feet tall. He looks unhinged in that picture. Poor
They
baby.
haven't announced the sex, the
Paparazzi.
name, or the date of birth. I think that's fair.
I love that.
Yeah.
Good for them. Secret baby.
Dad, no.
Dad, no rad dad.
People are being abnormal. Oh, no.
Are they being weird because she's cute?
Yeah,
Why?
Why?
She's cute and looks like a regular person.
She looks like a regular
not a crime.
Joe. Regular old fella.
She's got fun hair. She looks adorable pregnant in this clearly terrible picture of the two of them.
Why do they take such bad pictures of her?
It's an awful photo. I know he's very handsome. Accuse her of being a trans woman. She just gave birth. What the fuck is wrong with people? What? First of all, that's a compliment. Accuse. Second of all, why are people like that? Is she older than him? A crime. People are so weird. Leave Daniel Radcliffe alone. They see a tall woman and decide to be transphobic. Not to be rude, because like I'm seeing the two of them next to each other, but isn't he literally 2 feet tall?
Yeehaw.
Hello, hi, not so binary. Is she's like what, 3 inches taller than him? And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's your bones? She's 38 and he's 33, so it's a crime. That's so funny. People are so weird. Why? Why? Yes, McKent. Absolutely. She's only 5'7"? What is wrong with them? Why are people like that? Gerald, that's so exciting. Congratulations, darling. Yes. I love that, Kaya. I didn't realize that. Everyone quit your job. Dorian. Oh my god. As a 5'4" trans guy for a woman, I would look like a tall woman. It comes with the territory. Oh my so god. Okay, so Gemini, we keep on seeing, for some reason, that movie's haunting me. I've never seen it, but like, I keep on seeing like the trailer for it. It was on like Netflix or something else, and I don't know if it's on something else now, but I keep on being like, should I fucking watch that? Should I watch it? I did watch Horns. He was great in Horns. If you don't read Horns, maybe read Horns, I don't know. It's Stephen King's son, which I found out after reading the whole book, but finding that in the first like 3 chapters, there's like a million slurs for no fucking reason. There's like kind of a reason, but not a good enough reason. Oh, interesting. I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. I'm so sorry. He is. And I love him, and he's adorable. He's so cutesy. I trust him implicitly. He's made his money. Time to get weird. I love that Swiffy Tiffy. He was on fucking How to Succeed at Business Without Even Trying, right? On Broadway. He's a weird little guy. He had like a alcohol abuse problem for a period of time, right? Let him live. You know? Can he not sing for shit? That's so funny. Oh no. Oh no. That's fun. He's played Weird Al. What do you mean? What do you mean? I know, we should watch it. I've heard it's sad. When did he play Weird Al? Did y'all watch this and I didn't see it? The Weird Al Yankovic story? Okay, he is so cute like this. This is adorable. Hold on. Let me see a photo, please. Oh my god. Show me Daniel Radcliffe with fun hair. What a little weirdo. Look at him. Oh, I'm very pro my mom, but I suppose I'll look into it for Morgan. Look how cutesy he is. That's adorable. Did you know Daniel Radcliffe played Weird Al?
Yeah.
That's so cute.
We talked about it. We're supposed to watch it.
We should watch this movie. It looks good.
It looked really good.
Adorable. I don't know what that word means. Let me Google it. Huh. I did not know.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Dyspraxic. Makes you not coordinated. Interesting.
Oh.
What do you think, E?
Nothing.
Did you need more medicine?
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I'm not great with existential. And Morgan's mom is stressful. So perhaps we shouldn't see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah, Bo keeps being like, we should watch it. And I know everyone on my TikTok is like, hey, be careful.
I love Bo. But the last time they suggested we watch a movie, it was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which I should have assumed that it was going to have a heavy child loss theme.
You didn't have to assume, because Disney's Pinocchio does not have that.
I guess we should have done like any amount of Googling, but we started it and I was like, oh, okay.
It was a very heavy theme.
It was so much. It was so much. It's okay. I was like, we were in like an okay place. Like it wasn't.
I mean, I wasn't watching the movie. I was working on something else.
Yeah. But it was just not something that I was expecting.
Yeah, it was a lot. Putting the note in Pinocchio.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go do things.
All right.
We have an IRS account now, though.
Hey, that's nice. Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Do you want to go get us a tweet?
I don't want to go anywhere. Don't make me go anywhere. You see how hard, scary of a day I've had? I haven't even had breakfast yet. Everything's been hard and scary.
I know. I was trying to give you a treat for being so brave.
You make me drive for a treat?
Mm-hmm.
Sad. Stressful. Difficult. What have you done? Okay.
You've hit me.
How?
With your whips.
You weird woman.
Oof. Hey, no. Frozen is a sad movie, and Frozen 2 is an even sadder movie. They make everyone cry. They are sad. They are great. They're very good. Very, very sad. Would everyone like to see the basket that I want to get for my... Hold on. Bike basket. Hey, please open. Look at this basket. I need it for the front of my bike. This one has a little cup holder. Look at that. I need it so I can pedal to my little free libraries. A baguette holder. Exactly. It's $50 though. Can you believe? So I can't get it anytime super soon. For me, it's baguettes. Yes, I'd be so cute. I could bike to go get coffee, maybe. I probably wouldn't, but I could. Hello. And flowers? I could bike to the farmer's market. I cried at Encanto the first time. I haven't cried since. Frozen 2, I cry every single time I watch it. Every single time. Oh, I love him. We just watched we're like watching old Bachelor. We're watching Emily Maynard season. And the episode last night, they had a group date where the freaking Muppets were there. It was Kermit and Miss Piggy and Fozzie. And I was like, I have to divorce Phoebe and become the Bachelorette so that they can do this. And then they'd be like, at the end, they'd be like, who are you picking? And I would be like, I pick Kermit. And they'd be like, he's not an option. And I'll be like, you let me meet him, didn't you? Fozzie just third wheeling it as usual. Oh my god, Coco is so sad. It's such a good movie. Coco was the first thing that Phoebe and I saw like in theaters together. We had just started dating when that movie came out. And I was like, this is before COVID, so you were still like going to work sick, right? So I worked that day even though I was super sick, and then we went to the movies that night because I felt crappy. And so I just remember like I was already like sick, and then I was also crying. So I went through so many tissues during that movie. Older millennials are still working through Land Before Time and therapy. Listen, yeah. And like, I could probably watch Coco again. I don't know the next time I'll be able to watch Frozen 2. I never got into Fox and the Hound. I've seen it once. I didn't grow up watching it. I saw it like as a 17-year-old. And I don't know. I feel like any movie with animals, content warning for bummer, like one of them always dies. Like always. And I'm always like, okay, I knew that was going to happen. Does that make sense? I can't imagine watching Onward after that. Onward was really good. I should rewatch it. Now, I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Meg. Every time I saw the preview for The Art of Racing in the Rain, I cackled. Because, like, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of what the trailer was. Are you ready? It's like, fast car, dog, man who's like, damn, I'm really going through something and I'm a man. The dog again. And then it's like The Art of Racing in the Rain, even though the dog was like most of the thing. So I was like, is it about racing? Is it about a dog? It didn't make any sense to me. Getting any with it? Listen, that's what I should start with. When people are like, no, you just haven't spent enough time around animals to be an animal person. I should be like, I watched Fox and the Hound and I did not cry because I was like, right, the dog's gonna die. The fox is gonna die. I don't remember which one dies. I'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. I could see that was gonna happen. The only one that I used to cry at a lot was My Dog Skip, and I feel like anytime I mention it to Phoebe's never seen it, and like I would talk to other people about it and they would be like, I've never heard of this movie. And it's like, I think it is technically older than me. Let me see. No, it came out in 2000. It's the only one that I remember crying at a lot. But I don't remember anything about it other than crying at it a lot. It is. It's Frankie Muniz. I had it on VHS. I feel like All Dogs Go to Heaven wasn't that sad because they go to heaven at the end. Well, except for that one who really doesn't. Yeah, it's Frankie Muniz, Diane Lane, Luke Wilson, and Kevin Bacon. He is a race car driver now. Oh, no. A star-studded cast. I do cry at a lot of movies. I'm trying to think of, like, the last movie that we watched that I really cried at. I don't know. Oh, no. Inside Out will make me cry for sure. I feel like I cried. So when I was younger, I cried at every single movie. Every time the like climax hit and like something was about to happen, I would cry so much. And then in the middle there, I wouldn't really cry at anything, probably because of the trauma. And I would say now I'm back around to like crying at a lot of movies. Listen, that's okay. Puss in Boots, he's going through it. It's hard. even when I saw it coming or knew it was gonna be okay. It's hard. It's also hard because like I don't cry very much at books usually. I cried a lot at Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but it's because I knew nothing about that book going into it. So if you know nothing about it, then I would say you should really read it. Otherwise, like, you might still like it, but I don't know if it'll make you cry. And then I did cry during some stuff in ACOTAR. Not for a lot, just a little. Of things that, like, I didn't know were going to happen in a good way. That makes sense. No, the music is absolutely what it is, Cedar. I cry, I've said this several times. If you've been to Epcot, in the American Adventure, which is the American Pavilion, there's a show you can watch that's 45 minutes long, and it's just propaganda of America for 45 minutes. And the first 43 minutes, I'm like, this is so stupid. And then at the end, they play this song that has really swelling music, and it's like, America, don't let your dreams be dreams. It's the best country, or whatever. And I cry every time. And I don't like my country that much. But I'm always like, wow, what a beautiful song. I've never gone and not cried at the America song. It's so good. Yeah. Music is it brings tears. Let me look up the lyrics. Let's see. Epcot American Pavilion song. Golden Dream. Will it have the lyrics? Hey, I don't want to play this ad. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Let me get tall for it. Yeah, it's a Disney thing. Okay, are you ready? Listen, and I'm going to read them and I won't cry, but I need you to know that later if you want, it's called Golden Dream and you can look it up on YouTube and you'll be like, why am I tearing up? It's the music. They're tricking you into being patriotic. America, spread your golden wings, sail on freedom's wind, cross the sky. Great bird with your golden dreams, flying high, flying high. Restless one in a world of change, keeping dreams aloft in the rain, spirit free, soaring through the clouds of time, of time. America, you must be dreaming now, dreaming the promised vow of your pioneers. America, keep on flying now, keep your spirit free, facing new frontiers. And then they have John F. Kennedy saying, like, ask not what you can do for your country. And then it's Martin Luther King saying, I have a dream. Neil Armstrong doing the, like, landing. The eagle has landed. The Happily Ever After is meant to make you cry. It exists to make you cry. No, exactly, Gemini. That's what I'm telling you. The lyrics are so stupid. And yet every time I'm like, by the time they get to Martin Luther King, there are already so many tears have run down my face. And that's only halfway through. They updated it recently, and there's like there's footage from like the 2018 Olympics in it. I'm curious if they're gonna update it to have COVID stuff in it. It's like very 9/11 heavy because it's like the country came together after a horrible time. I would also not be surprised if they added the like summer 2020 Black Lives Matter protests into it because they have a lot of footage of like the 1960s equal rights like protests. We'll see. We'll see. I always think it's I didn't know it wasn't don't let your dreams be dreams. I thought it was like don't let your dreams be just dreams. Like go out and accomplish them. You know what I mean? But it's not. I don't know which part I thought it was. It must be keeping dreams aloft in the rain, is what I thought it was. Nothing like American propaganda that you pay for. You pay money to go there. I mean, like, not to just the American. You pay money to go to Epcot. You know what? That's on the power of music. Yes, it is. Gremlin Cutie, I did Phoebe and then mine. I think. Is the order we did ours in. Because I felt I was most likely to cry. Don't dream, it be it. Oh my god, wait. In Rocky Horror, there's a song. Fuck, how does it go? Hold on. It's like the second song. It's there's a light. Hang on. Okay, yes. There's a light over at the Frankenstein place. But the line is, the chorus is, there's a light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a light burning in the fireplace. There's a light in the darkness of everybody's life. And until like 2018, I thought it was in the darkness of every but is love. And I was like, that doesn't make sense, but I don't know. They're British, right? So, I don't know. Congratulations on your engagement. It's about the male G-spot. Listen, maybe. How would I know? I think Phoebe forgot about my medicine. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was in the darkness of every but is love. And that doesn't make any sense, but that's what I thought it was. It makes more sense to me when you think about the dedication to the royal family in England. Listen, I can't imagine being in another country where they don't have as much, like, patriotism propaganda. The love is stored in the bud. Right. Because it's everywhere. It's so much. I can't imagine living anywhere else. Okay, I think I'm gonna end stream because my uterus hurts so much I'm gonna scream. The coronation is driving me around the bend. Is there a new coronation in Scotland? Thanks, I'm gonna sit with the heating pad. Might go on a bike ride later to see if it's helpful to be moving. It is a beautiful day outside, though, so if you are somewhere near us, enjoy the sun. I know it's really cold in Florida today, though, so the UK got a new king. We are unimpressed. I love it. Nice. You're so true. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.